Anita, who is one of our site coordinators this year. So let's get started. First of all, Anita, where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia.
Great. And for how long have you been with Experience Corps?
For 5 years.
5 years. And what made you start with Experience Corps?
I retired early, and after 30 days, I had enough. And I was looking for something to do with my spare time. And a friend recommended Experience Corps. And I liked the idea of it because I like children. And so I went for it.
Yeah. And so you're a site coordinator. What made you want to take the step up in responsibility and become a site coordinator?
For the past 5 years, I was a team leader. And when I saw the profile of the site coordinator, I said, I want to take this challenge.
Yeah.
And with the staff, I know it was going to be a good choice, and it is.
Yeah. So you said, yeah, you're a team leader because the name changed to site coordinator. What made you want to be a team leader?
Well, I applied to be a tutor, and I was given the option after seeing the job description of a team leader, and I said I would like to do that coming from a management background, and that's why I decided to detour. So it's a gift because I can tutor and I can manage. So
yeah,
both packages work for me.
Yeah. And what is your favorite part about volunteering with Experience Corps?
The honest, the scholars, those smiles and the way they just touch and just your heart, they got me.
Yeah. Yeah. And then going off of that, do you have any good stories from your time volunteering without mentioning any student names?
Well, actually, I have two, but I'll give you my favorite one.
All right.
He was a scholar that was very shy, didn't want to participate in any programs at all, no matter how it was presented. And then one day I just started, I'm going to do a one-on-one and just sit with him and follow him. And then he started to really open up, very bright. And at the end of the school year, he made a little heart and put in it, "I love Miss Anita," and signed it. It's still in my refrigerator. I get goosebumps. Every time I see it, I just get excited.
That's great. That's great. And you said you had two stories. We have time if you want to share the other one.
The other story is there was a young guy, and he was also kind of a loner, but he had a habit of always messing with his nose. And I don't know what he was like, collects them. And then one day he just grabbed my hand and I said, "Oh my goodness." And I just went with it and we just smiled and walked down the hallway, and it was all good, you know. And even last year when I was in school, I saw him in the hallway. He still greets me, gives me the hug, or gives me the wave they do in the school. So, you know, we're connected forever.
Great. And then how has volunteering with Experience Corps been beneficial to you personally?
I have new friends. From day one. They're still in my life. I've grown from it. I don't sweat the small stuff because I see what accomplishes with the children, and I'm good.
So you mentioned new friends. What's your relationship with the Experience Corps community, be it other volunteers or staff, without using any other volunteer names?
Well, particularly with the volunteers, we do monthly lunches. Well, we were before the pandemic, and then I have another group where we were doing Zumba, and then go out for lunch. And then I have another group we were doing spinning, and then we go out for lunch. But the rapport with the staff, it's just amazing. I think when I want to, sometimes I think, oh, I need to pull away. They're like Pied Pipers, and they just throw me right back in. It's something wonderful.
Yeah,
that's my.
Yeah. Those lunches sound fun. All right. So then, obviously, now we're in the pandemic doing virtual tutoring. So, what do you think about virtual tutoring?
It's a huge challenge, and I like it. I really like it. And I wish we could. I just miss the closest interaction as we do as a human being. But I think it's going to be. I think it works.
Yeah.
I think it works.
All right. Last question on Experience Corps before we ask you some about yourself. Would you recommend volunteering with Experience Corps to other people?
I'm sorry, I deliberately finished your question. Absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
100%.
Okay, great.
So rewarding.
All right. So now I'll ask you just a few questions about yourself. What do you like to do in your free time?
Right now, in my free time, I'm just listening to music, dancing in the hallway, and reading. Those are my two go-to things right now.
Nice. And where's your favorite place to visit in Philadelphia?
Oh, it has to be the art museum.
Great. And over the last few months, or I guess more than a few months, have you found any new pandemic or socially distant activities that you enjoyed?
Yes, we've been walking the neighborhood. Some days we go north, south, east, west, but we social distance. And it's only two of us, but it works out beautifully. So we get about 5 miles a day.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, and then last question, you mentioned reading. Do you have a favorite book that you've ever read?
It's got to be Nikki Giovanni. I'm sorry, now I'm getting served because this book, it's called The Good Cry, and it's poetry. And Nikki is just a beautiful writer, and I get actually like you are there in her vision. So it's
Wow.
an experience. I get excited. I get worked up when I talk about it.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out. All right, those are all the questions I have today. Anita, thank you so much for coming on, and we're really happy to have you in our program.
I'm happy to be here once again. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.